Thank you. First and foremost, before I read a prepared statement, I would like to convey that very young children are victims in this case. On behalf of everyone here at the Seneca County Sheriff's Office, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victim children involved in this case and for a speedy recovery. That being said, on May 3rd, 2022, at about 5:30 a.m., the Seneca County Sheriff's Office responded to a business in the town of Tyre, the Love's Truck Stop, 1262 Route 414, Waterloo, New York, for the report of several fires inside the building. Upon arrival of the sheriff's deputies, they located two suspects that allegedly started and attempted to start the fires. The two were immediately detained. Upon further investigation, sheriff's deputies found that the two were in the company of a 1-year-old child that was covered in flammable liquid. The child was immediately turned over to North Seneca Ambulance and transported to Geneva General Hospital. While sheriff's deputies were checking the building, a suspicious device was located in the men's bathroom. The building was immediately evacuated and the Monroe County Bomb Squad was requested to the scene. Explosive detection K-9 units from Ontario County Sheriff's Office and the Wayne County Sheriff's Office also responded to the scene to assist. After about 4 hours later, the building was declared safe and the suspicious device was determined to be a makeshift replica and not incendiary in nature. During this time, a second child, 4 years old, was located injured and abandoned in the cab of a tractor trailer in relation to the incident. Sheriff's deputies forced entry into the cab and removed the child. The child was immediately transported to Geneva General Hospital by North Seneca Ambulance. The child was later airlifted to Strong Memorial Hospital by Life Not Air Ambulance and suspected head injuries. Sheriff's investigators were working tirelessly to determine the facts surrounding this matter. It is alleged that the two suspects had poured a flammable liquid on the 1-year-old child and attempted to light the child on fire inside the building. Luckily, the two were unsuccessful. Circumstances surrounding the 4-year-old are still under investigation. Sheriff's investigators can report that both children have been medically treated and will be released from the hospital care. Both children are expected to make a full recoveries and are in the custody of the Seneca County Division of Human Services. As a result of this investigation, Jamie L. Avery Jr., age 28, of 4570 Old Military Trail, West Palm Beach, Florida, was charged this morning with attempted aggravated murder, a Class B felony, attempted murder in the second degree, a Class B felony, arson in the second degree, a Class B felony, attempted arson in the second degree, a Class C felony, endangering the welfare of a child, a Class B misdemeanor, 2 counts. Avery was arraigned in the Seneca County Centralized Arraignment Court and remanded to the Seneca County Correctional Facility on a $100,000 cash bail and $250,000 secured bond. Avery is to reappear in the town of Tyre court at a later date. It is anticipated that the second suspect will be charged in the near future. Both may face additional charges as the investigation continues. The Seneca County Sheriff's Office was assisted in the initial response by members of the New York State Police, Seneca Falls Police Department, Waterloo Police Department. Clyde Fire Department also responded to the scene with assistance provided by the Junius Fire Department, Seneca Falls Fire Department, Waterloo Fire Department. Additionally, the building suffered minor damage from the event. Sheriff's investigators are working closely with the Seneca County District Attorney's Office and the Seneca County Child Protective Services as the investigation continues. At this time, if you have any questions, I'll take a short question and answer period if we can answer those questions.
Is there any relationship between Avery and Jane?
We believe there is a parental relationship, but we haven't fully determined that yet.
You have any questions?
Yeah, and so what are we looking at as far as the second suspect? Why aren't they named, and what's their relation to it all?
At this point, we can't disclose that.
If I may ask another, why the children? Why were they set on fire? What's the circumstances surrounding these incidents?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
So what's the circumstances surrounding the incident? Why did they set the children on fire? What did they say? Or what did Avery say during his questioning?
At this point, I don't think I can comment on that.
Did they know anybody at the Love's gas station by any chance? Is that where they tried to send a message, or?
It did not appear so.
It says, you guys said he's from West Palm Beach, Florida, so, do you know these things surrounding that? He drove here, how did they get here?
We believe that the suspect was a tractor-trailer driver.
In his paperwork, it says that he was from Syracuse, right? Can I confirm that?
I can comment. He does have some family ties to the Syracuse area.
Okay, but he currently resides in West Palm Beach?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say that they did start some fires inside, and they tried to set the child on fire, but were unsuccessful doing that?
That would be accurate.
Okay.
What was the motive behind setting the fires inside the Love's gas station?
Can't speak to that. I don't really know.
Can you go into detail on the injuries?
I don't believe we can disclose that at this time, but as the sheriff stated in the statement, both children are believed to make full recoveries.
And we believe the 4-year-old is related to the incident that happened inside, correct?
Yes, correct.
Was that child inside Avery's semi-truck?
Yes, yes, I believe, yeah.
It appears this was, the area, Love's, was just random. Just happened to happen here.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Are both children related to one another?
We believe so, but we haven't been able to confirm that. But we believe they are, yes.
Are there any other parental units involved? Are they aware of what happened with these children? Are they out of the picture?
At this point, I don't think we can comment on that.
We have spoken to family, and we're working on those details, but it's still early on.
And do we have a court date for these guys, or when the next one's supposed to be charged?
The suspect who has been charged has an appearance scheduled for Friday at 4 p.m. in the town of Tyre.
And that's Avery, the suspect that we have named, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then as far as charges as the other person goes?
Because they haven't been charged, there's no proceeding scheduled.
Oh, I'm sorry, not for court. As far as when charges will be given out for this individual?
That's yet to be determined.
Okay.
Would that be a prelim on Friday? Or
Correct.
Preliminary.
Very.
Any other questions? All good? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, actually, can I ask you one more question for the investigator? I'm assuming that you went to the scene and investigated. Talk to me about that. What was that like, coming up and seeing those children? And if you could come up to the podium, that'd be great, so you guys better get sound. How are the officers doing after seeing something like that?
We definitely are touched by these types of cases, and it definitely hits home for those that have children. I think we're all doing well, and we have the support system in place to make sure we all do well. We'll continue to monitor each other, make sure that we're mentally healthy, but there's no doubt about it. These cases take a toll, and they're difficult and challenging to work.
And we kind of like set the scene for us when you guys approached. How are the kids looking? Is that something you could talk to?
At this point, I think it's part of the investigation we can't divulge.
Okay, and then can you guys possibly spell your guys' first and last name just for the record, and we can have them, so we don't sue for you guys something weird,
Sure, I'll go first. My first name is Timothy, Timothy, last name Thompson, Thompson.
First name Mark, last name Singlewitz, S-I-N-K, like your kitchen sink, I-E-W-I-C-Z.
And I'm Sheriff W. Timothy Luce. Timothy, and the last name is L-U-C-E.
I do have one more question. So you guys spoke briefly about this makeshift device. Can you describe what it was, what it looked like, the details on that?
I think given the fact that it's a piece of evidence in the active investigation, I prefer not to comment about specifics at this time.
Can you tell me how, did somebody call 911, a person at Love's, and can you describe how long it took for the first deputy or the first officer to get there, and what kind of scene? I would assume was somewhat chaotic.
Yeah, the initial 911 call came in at 5:33 a.m., I believe, and a few minutes later, the first responding officers were on scene. there were calls from Love's employees. We've been interviewing them and will continue to do so. The scene was described as somewhat chaotic upon their arrival.
How long were you out there? Several hours at least?
We were out there until about a little after 11, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would say at least 5 hours or so.
6 hours, gotcha. Okay.
What was Avery's state when you guys encountered him? Was he acting normal, erratic?
He was detained without incident.
Got time for like 2 more if you have anything else.
Did we already ask the relation between the 2 suspects? I don't remember if we did or not.
I believe it was asked, and we're still looking to finalize the determination.
Okay, sorry.
And how was the second child found?
I'm sorry, sir.
The second child, how was the second child found?
Through the course of the investigation, we determined there may be the existence of another child on the property of Love's. While we gained more intelligence, we'd already canvassed the tractor trailers on the property, isolated it to one possibility, and we confirmed that he was inside and made entry.
And are the children related, do we know?
We're still working on that.
Is the person Soraya, is it a girl or a boy? And you said-
Soraya is a girl.
Surprise, a girl.
And the other child was a boy? I think you
Yes.
said he, okay, very good.
And why aren't we releasing the name of the little boy? Just curious.
I believe it's actually in the charting documents.